So my name is Margaret Cunniff. I'm a first-year grad student, or I've just completed my first year in grad school and have joined Vikas Sohal's lab at UCSF. And I'm interested in how neural circuits function and how different cells in the circuit have different roles and contribute to the overall circuit function. I've always sort of been interested in science, though my path from general interest to wanting to go into research mostly happened in high school. I had just a series of really wonderful science teachers. My high school had a science research program, so we basically got to work in labs when I was in high school. And I had just a phenomenal first experience. I sort of learned that not only could this work be important, but I really had no idea what working in a lab meant or what it meant to do research. And the first time I was able to work in a lab, it was just this incredibly fun, rewarding experience. And so I kept coming back and kept being involved with research through college and ended up in grad school. I have just joined the lab. The way our first year in graduate school works is you do rotations and work in different labs because there's so much you can do, especially in neuroscience. There's sort of many levels of analysis from single cell stuff to human stuff, and so you work in a couple different labs to sort of pin down exactly what you want to do. So I have finalized, I'm here, but my project is still sort of developing. But basically, I'm interested in neural circuit function and sort of on the microcircuit level, so looking at how individual neurons talk to each other and how they make up circuits and give rise to circuit properties. And of course, there are a large number of cells in the brain, and there's really more types of cells and more types of neurons than we had really understood, and we're only beginning to sort of scratch the surface of how many different types of neurons there are. And all these types have different properties, and so what I'm interested in is looking at sort of different types of neurons and looking at how their different properties give rise to their function. And so different neurons can have different capabilities in the circuits, and so how these different types work together to form a functioning circuit, and then how that works both in normal circuits and how it goes wrong in disease. So what this lab works on and what my project will work on is looking at the prefrontal cortex, so which is at the very top and front of your brain, and that's where a lot of the really complicated decision making and just these higher order functions happen. And so this is incredibly important, and when things go wrong, which they do, it often results in sort of many diseases depending on how exactly things break. And so what we're interested in the lab is looking at how these circuits work normally, and then looking at if we can also understand how they can break. And by understanding the difference between these normal and disease circuits, we can get more understanding both generally of the brain works and also then potentially how to remedy it in disease.